All right, in the last video, I showed you how to get these quantum engines and to prime by modifying that plate and using metallic duct tape. Very simple, and it works every time. It never fails me. I do need to go ahead and put the third screw in that holds this plate on. That's not such a big deal as the other two because it doesn't go into the carburetor, but it does help stabilize everything. And let me check one more time to make sure it's still priming. I'm going to push the primer bulb now. There, okay, we're still priming. I'm going to set the phone down now because I want to pull the cord on this thing real bad to see if it's going to run. But I still need to do some other things on this mower. For example, this mower is never going to run as it is because the kill switch is not going to work. And I'll show you why. This is often what makes people give up. They don't know what to do when their cables do this. But so this is supposed to slide forward and close this gap, and it ungrounds the spark. So right now the spark is grounded because I haven't compressed this bail, and if it was working properly, this bail would go down, and this metallic cable here would move within this sleeve, this plastic sleeve, and it would force this to close. It would close like that. But I'll show you what happens when these things get rusted. It's been left out in the rain. The rain runs down there and goes down this cable. It gets all rusted and it's not going to move. And this is what happens. Watch this little cable housing when I push this down. Okay? So all the force that's supposed to stretch that spring right there doesn't happen. This mower is not going to start. It's still grounded out. It's not going to get any spark because it's rusted, and it's so rusted that all the pressure just forces this little housing off. So we're going to take this off and for now create a temporary kill switch so I can at least test this mower and see if it's going to run. So let's get this cable off of there. The way to do that is to bring this forward. Then you slip that L hook out. Now it's already popped off. If it hadn't popped off, I would have to get a screwdriver. But see, it just slips right out. Okay, so now I'm going to get this cable off of here. I don't need this Ziploc holding it because it's got to come off. So I'm going to snip the Ziploc right there. That way I can probably use this Ziploc again for something because so I still got a little piece of it there I can work with, and I'll just pull this part out. Okay, so I've separated the Ziploc, so now I can at least, on a small application, put it back in place. And it may work right here as I run it through the, I guess it's right there, run it through the handle, and well, it's curved, so it's not doing right, but I'm trying to get that to come through there. Yeah, right there. So I could, in theory, use this again to hold this cable down. Okay, so I'll set that aside. Yes, I'm very cheap. So we've got to get this out, and the way to do that is to get you some needle nose pliers or some flat nose pliers and squeeze this and pull the cable. But it's much easier to do that if you take that spring off. So let's take that spring off. I use a Briggs & Strandle pull cord handle and some heavy wire with a loop in it, and I put it on the end of that spring right there and pull it towards me, and in this case I got to pull up with the spring. I don't have a lot of room there. I wonder if I should pull that in back there, but let's try this in. Yeah, I can't do that and hold the phone too. Anyway, what I'm going to do is pull this and then lift up, and it'll clear that hook and get the spring off. So let me go set the phone down. So I'm grabbing the end of that spring with this loop, pull it towards me, and that up. That's a powerful spring. So I got the spring out of the way, and now it'll be a lot easier to get this cable out of there because I'm not fighting that spring the whole time. So let me get my needle nose on here, and just compress those ears and pull that cable out. There we go. Okay, so the cable's out, and let's see how bad it is. Yep, that's completely locked up. So this is rusted and useless as it is. I will save parts off of this. I'm going to set it aside for now. So right now, I've got this switch where it's not going to run, but I'm going to move it this way so it will run. And I'll put a rubber band on there. This is just temporary, so I can at least shut the mower off. Because I think this mower might run. Depends on how old his gas is, I guess. Okay, so see that? So it's gonna run now. All things being equal, it's got fire and everything, and compression, it'll run. And if it does run, and I want to shut it off, I do that. And then it's a little bit sticky, but in theory, it comes back. Okay, so that shuts it off, and that's in the running position. So I'm going to leave it there because we're going to fix to pull the cord on this thing. Let's make sure it's got oil in it. I don't know. Let me check that again. Let me get a paper towel. I'm going to set the phone down again for a second. Just hang on. Be patient with me. We're trying to get Angela running after getting her carburetor to prime. And it did. All right. How much oil do you have, Miss Angela? Almost none. But what's in there is very clean, so I'm going to put some good oil in it and think positive. Oftentimes I put old oil in these mowers until I find out if they're running or not. But I'm trying to be positive. So I'm going to put about a teacup in here and see what it looks like. So there's a teacup. How much oil do I have in there now? At least it's on the stick. just above the add point, I think. It's hard to say because there's oil on the walls of that tube. Be patient with me again. I'm going to make sure that I'm not putting too much oil in it. Okay, it still needs some, so I'm going to do about 1 more teacup. Like 8 ounces, okay? 6 to 8 ounces, depending on what you call a teacup. So we're getting real close now to where it has sufficient oil to pull the cord and test this baby. I think it's going to take just a little bit more. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. About a teacup. There we go. I bet that is probably all I'm going to do, but let me check it. It's looking pretty good, so I'm going to say that's enough for testing for sure. And we're going to put Angela on the ground and pull the cord on, and hopefully she doesn't have a bent crankshaft. It doesn't have a sheared flywheel key that's going to bite me. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to walk the tripod out here, and I'll come back and get the mower. I'm sorry I have to do it this way, but I'm just a guy with a smartphone, nothing fancy. There's my little bluebirds. Got water for them and nesting boxes. They like it out here. Let's go this way. Hey, Mr. Bluebird, are you still there? Nope, she's flown the coop. That's probably far enough. Let me see where we are here. Is that thing even in the view of the camera? It is. A little further back. Okay, I know the primer bulb is working. So there you have it. Angela's going to run. The RPMs are a little high, so what I'll do is, since it's surging, I'll either clean that carburetor or put me a brand new one on there. But this mower's going to make it. Angela's fine. So for $30, they got me a 190cc 21-inch cut yard machines mower with the grass bag. It's not in the pictures, but I have it. Stay tuned, and we'll get some more mowers running when we go to the mower after Angela.